I wanted to show I've been deburring some cases here. Let me get you guys turned over here where you can see me. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not really sure, but it's something that I decided I'm going to try. I actually asked before if this was possible, and I was told no, but I'm going to see for myself. Where these cases here, let's see, I don't know how much light we're going to have here. You can see where they need to be deburred. See on the edges, see how they're real rough cut and everything. What I'm going to do is, let me get the camera turned here. In my vibratory cleaner here, I'm going to see how well these cases will deburr. I've already experimented a little bit with just a few of them, and what I'm using is a deburring media. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in. But right here is the media that I'm going to be using, and I've had it in along with some walnut and with some lime and tough nut media they have, but that's where the red hue's kind of coming from. But this is what I'm using, and these actually are able to get inside of the case mouths and everything. And if you'll look here, you can see these kind of have a dull finish because they were in there with these ceramic stones. If I put them in with the polishing media, they'll shine right up. But if you look in there, these are deburred. There are, on a couple of them, there's just a little bit of an edge. I mean, just barely, like this one here. It's just barely got something on it. You can just barely feel it. But the thing is, I've already tried to reload a couple of these like this, and the bullets press in fine. And as long as you're using, like I use the Lee factory crimp die, and I believe the Dillon crimp die works well too. Not sure about the other ones, but either way, if you've got a actual crimp up there, a roll crimp of some type, if you do have a little bit, just a little bit of a tiny burr, it's going to be taken care of. Now, I mean, obviously, if you're reloading for ultimate precision or something like that, you probably aren't going to do this method. But if any of you all have watched my video on how I have kind of deburred my batches and stuff, where I have, you know, the crap chucked up in the drill press and have to do separate stages for inside and out. I know that there are deburring attachments that I can put on my cutter or on my trimmer that will deburr the inside and outside. RCBS makes one, but I've been hesitant to purchase anything like that just because ultimately I'd like to get the Dillon on press deburr. That would be the way to go. Or I'm thinking about maybe if I don't do that, going with one of the Old Crow deburring setups. But this right here, if this proves to work, I mean, this is kind of a, I can trim and then dump my batch into there and forget it and just walk away. And so I'm quite curious to see how it does on a batch. I've got a couple other gun parts in there that I'm using this for a stress relieving function. I have welded on this extractor, it's a cast piece, which, you know, if you've ever tried to weld cast, it's a joke. And then I had to make this part. This is actually the ejector, which it'll look better when I get it all finished up. But and since I've bent and, you know, heated and all stuff, I use this, put it in there, and I will de-stress it with they call it vibratory de-stressing. Some people will leave in it, some people don't. But either way, it's cleaning and deburring for me. And then I'll end up, I'm going to reheat the stuff uniformly, and then I will temper it, draw the temper in the niter bluing salts. And So either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in along with this brass. And we'll see how it does. I'm not dumping it because I got a bunch of brass shavings down in here from trimming. You know, no reason to have more trash in the vibratory cleaner than I have to. So anyways, if this does work out, it's I'll go ahead and turn it on. You can see how it's kind of violent there, but it doesn't appear to be harming the brass at all. And so we're going to run it and see how it does. So I got a small batch in there, and we'll test it out. Anyways, this could be a very, very good way of saving a bunch of time and steps for deburring after you've trimmed. I don't know, maybe there's people out there doing it already. I've not seen it, but either way, just stay tuned. I'll let you know how it goes. Here's the brass after I got it out. This has only been in probably about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. Like this one here, it's got a little bit of a edge on it. The majority of them look like this, nice and clean. There's nothing wrong with having to cull through every once in a while and finding one with an edge on it. But I mean, pending that doing this weakens this brass somehow, which all the information that I'm gathering would support that it would do nothing. If it was going to do anything, it would strengthen it by relieving stress in it. Make it a little bit more malleable rather than brittle. I mean, if it was going to actually do anything on the molecular level. But either way, I'm even noticing on some of this military brass with a crimp, I'm even noticing a little bit of chamfering within the primer pocket. So this might be a good thing for some of you guys to try out.